Shocked after 3.5 years, betrayal in a healthy relationship. This is the most messed up situation I've ever encountered in my entire life. The story is long, but I'll do my best to keep it interesting for the readers in hopes I get some helpful tips on how to deal with this. It's been extremely difficult getting past this breakup. I trusted this girl with every fiber of my being. I never imagined her doing something so horrendous, but she did, compulsively lied and manipulated me to enormous lengths. I don't know how to trust anymore. I'll start with some context on the relationship and get into what happened after. Context. We dated for 3.5 years, 1 year living together under my parents' roof, then 6 months together in a condo I bought. First and foremost, coming into this relationship, I'm looking for the one. I've read tons of relationship and personal growth books, listened to podcasts, daily journaling, etc. Not to toot my own horn, but I'm pretty emotionally aware and knew what I was looking for. When I first met her, it was so easy, a match made in heaven. She was equally emotionally mature, into a lot of the same hobbies, activities. We looked amazing together. Before you know it, we're dating, but dating with true intentions to better understand and know each other on a deeper level. Even meeting her parents was supposedly a huge deal because she wasn't going to intro anyone to them unless she thought they've got potential to be the one. Long story short, we built a life together. I've supported her through her education and career development of becoming a cop, which she accomplished. Vice versa, she was always extremely understanding and supportive to whatever I needed. She always went the extra mile. Only challenge was when/if we fought. We were both stubborn and wanting to be right. Her attachment was more anxious, mine more avoidant, so things would blow out of proportion easily. This led to therapy sessions to work on our communication skills, because at this point we've agreed that we want to live long and happy lives together, eventually married, kids, the whole thing. The story. Fast forward to the event. Again, it's the most messed up thing I've ever encountered in my entire life. It has now been 3 weeks since the breakup, and I'm still in shambles due to disbelief in how vile and inhumane this girl is. As mentioned, she's a cop and has been for 1 year, has worked very hard to get there. I'm sure you've seen enough shows and movies to know about the platoon mate camaraderie, drinking, cheating, and abuse. Well, their Christmas event at a local bar in our hometown is happening, an event where you typically bring your significant other. 2 weeks prior, she and I had a bad fight where she went into work sobbing and crying. Her platoon mates are there to support her, and I'm of course the bad guy. Up until the night before the event, I assumed I would be going, but she mentions it's probably best I don't go to avoid awkwardness and tension with her platoon mates from the fight we had. Okay. That hurts. But I understand, I guess. So I offer to pick her and a platoon mate, female, up when they're done at the event, hoping the nice gesture gains some kind of respect from her platoon mates. She decides to pre-drink at my condo with her girlfriend who's on the platoon. I'll let them have the place to themselves, and I stayed at my parents until they were ready to be picked up, which was supposedly going to be 11:15-11:30. 9:30, I check in to see how things are going, no reply. 10:30, I check in to see how things are going, no reply. 11:15, I check in to see how things are going, still haven't heard anything. I get a response, hey baby, where are you? Then she sends her active location over. I'm confused because she was supposed to keep me in the loop. I text, I call, and no response, but I can see on the map she's headed back to my condo. At first, I thought maybe she just got way too intoxicated and decided to Uber with her female platoon mate back. The luring. So I packed up and left to go back to my condo, pissed because I stayed up late to pick them up. And she pulled this stunt, but decided I'm not gonna be upset about it. At this point, I can at least see that she's been at the condo for 1 to 2 minutes, and I'm about to pull up. I get back to the condo and try to unlock my door. As I'm unlocking, GF comes out and into the hallway. Baby, where were you? Are you okay? I'm totally confused. What are you talking about? I was supposed to pick you guys up. Tried calling, texting, heard nothing from you? Something definitely seemed off, but she said she's feeling pretty crunk and asked if we could go for a walk. Confused, I said that's fine. We're walking through the condo lobby, and she needed to use the washroom. Still feeling like something was off, I go into the handicap washroom with her. While going number 1, she's mentioned, oh, I'm hungry, can we go get food? At this point, something seriously seemed off, like she was trying to lure me away. So I respond with, no, don't worry, I will make you food. This might sound insecure, but it seems like you're trying to keep me away from the condo. Is someone up there? Is something going on? With absolutely no hesitation on her end. No, baby. 100% you have nothing to worry about. I would never do something like that. Okay, fine. I trust you. Let's go back to the condo, please. This girl still tries to lure me away by saying she needs fresh air and goes out the back lobby door. I don't put up with it and say, please just come back to the condo. I'm exhausted. I'll make you food, get you water, etc., etc. The abomination. I open up the front door, and what do I see? As clear as day. A pair of men's shoes that aren't mine. I'm asking her what is going on. Lie number 1. It's her girlfriend's shoes. Lie number 2. Her girlfriend's boyfriend's shoes. Lie number 3. Another fake story about why those shoes are there. I don't fall for any of it, noticing the bathroom door is closed. I go over to the door and guess what? It's locked. Yup, someone's in my condo, in my bathroom. I'm smashing the door with my fist, telling him to get out. Not a peep, not a word, nothing on his end, no communication. My GF is trying to get me to calm down, tells me it's not what it looks like, proceeds with 1, 2, 3 more lies until she finally said a platoon mate, male, let's just call him Jimbo, dropped her off. At that point I can connect the dots and see exactly what's going on. I told her we're through, I will never see, nor speak to her again. I'm leaving with a night bag, but when I come back tomorrow, better make sure you're not be here and all your stuff's gone. She's begging, pleading, continuing to say it's not what it looks like. Even follows me to my car and won't leave me alone. This is where I threaten, don't make me call the cops to get you to leave me alone. I want nothing to do with you. After telling her 5 to 6 times, I had to call the cops to get her away from me. Cops come, I get my phone back, check the unit to make sure that guy is gone. He is, thank God. Got my stuff and left to go to my parents thinking I'll never see her again. You'd think this might be the end of the story. Nope, it gets worse. It gets worse. So I get to my parents at 2:30 to 3 a.m., hop in the shower, try to process what just happened. 2 to 3 minutes into my shower, the bathroom door opens and I assume it's my parents checking in. Nope, it's my GF sobbing, trying to tell me it's not what it looked like and wanting to talk. She literally Ubered to my parents after all that. I'm in complete disbelief, thinking I need to get a restraining order to keep her away from me. I get out of the shower and am so exhausted, telling her 30 to 40 times I want nothing to do with her and I will not believe her for a second after all the lying, manipulating, and luring she did. She just won't take no for an answer, continues to say it's not what it looked like. Please just talk and hear me out. Please just come to bed and let's sleep it off. Eventually I just give in because I'm exhausted and can't take it anymore. She even had the nerve to cuddle up on me. Next day, huge conversation about the whole thing. She has this whole story about, oh, he just wanted to make sure I made it back to the unit okay because I was so intoxicated. Then asked for a glass of water and wanted to use the washroom before dropping 2 other platoon mates off, who were supposedly still waiting in his car. She continues to go to lengths of, I'm Christian, I have morals and values, I would never do anything like this to you. I see you as the father of my future children, us getting married and being together forever. She'll separate work events completely and never go to another one again, etc., etc. This makes me feel a tiny bit better, but I told her she has a lot of work to do, building up my trust again. Seriously? It gets worse. Yup. The next morning, she forgets her personal phone and went off to her day shift, called me through her work cell to ask if I could bring it down for her. She's turning around to come back and get it. I get an urge to quickly Google how to recover recently deleted text messages. Check her recently deleted, and what do I find? 1,400 deleted messages between her and said platoon mate, male, Jimbo. FYI, I'm already aware this guy is into her because she mentioned earlier this year he tried to ask her out, but stopped him in his tracks. I'm dying inside. Only have 20 seconds to look. First text I see from the work event. My GF to Jimbo. Tequila shots at the bar, babe? This one's on me. By the time I read that message, she's already at the condo calling me to see where I'm at. So I bring it down, saying absolutely nothing. I go back up to my unit. I'm devastated. Every minute feels like an hour, knowing that she's potentially lying about everything, but I manage to keep it together for the rest of the day. Eventually she comes home from work. I keep calm, cool, and collected, pretending everything's normal and wait till she falls asleep. Once she fell asleep, grabbed her phone and locked myself in the washroom, and I'm absolutely horrified. The 1,400 recently deleted texts are still there, and it's exactly what it looked like. Her entire story about what happened was lies. She had been texting this guy ever since we moved in together at the condo. More nonchalant at first, but progressively could see my GF get more and more flirtatious. She came up with a completely fictitious life about herself, being broken up with me for a few months, endless other stuff and attempts to make her look like wifey material, once again all lies. It took me 1 hour to get through all of the texts. She wakes up and comes out to check on me, asking where her phone is. I take this opportunity to see if she'll still lie. I have your phone and I'm going through it, but before I do, would you mind telling me if there's anything I need to know? I've already seen all 1,400 messages at this point, but not surprisingly she responds with, no baby, I would never do anything, it's totally fine. Okay, so you weren't talking to him? Weren't texting him? No, you've got nothing to worry about. I could never do that to you. At this point, I completely lost IT on her for 20 minutes straight, and she just sat there and took it. I mean, I was in a full outrage. Said she's been living 2 separate lives for a long time, and this was her land of make-believe. The end. So here I am, absolutely devastated. 3 weeks has passed, and I've deleted every memory, blocked her off everything, packed all her stuff, and dropped it off at her parents'. Haven't said a word to her. She sends this long email explaining about how this is all related to her PTSD from work and the traumatic events, blah blah blah. Even saying she will do anything to win my love and trust back. Obviously, I'll never get back with her. Can't give her another opportunity to tear me to pieces again. I don't know how I'll ever trust someone again. Feels like my mental health is completely obliterated. Does she have multiple personality disorder or something? This girl sincerely believed every lie she was telling me. It was so terrible. If anyone has any advice, it'd be much appreciated. Going through a very hard time right now.